lady and gentlemen of the Commission, I come to you today with a simple foundational question about the purpose of government. There are very practical answers, such as the purpose of government is to pave roads, provide emergency services, manage public facilities. Such answers are not incorrect, but they answer a different question about the responsibilities of government. Instead, I ask about its purpose. And the answer is timeless and clear. The purpose of government is to provide order, encourage virtue, and restrain evil. And by that standard, as we have seen, governments across the entire nation have been failing, and they have been for quite some time. I need not inundate you with peer-reviewed studies or positive statistics to prove this. Though evidence abounds, it's not required. One need only to open their eyes and look around to see the prevalent poverty, blighted streets, scourge of opioids, epidemic of suicide, and breakdown of civility among neighbors across not only the county, state, and the nation. No expert analysis needed, as these are plainly visible, as is rush hour traffic that we all experience. Too often in civic chambers, we reach for policy changes as the sole solution. And the logic goes, we write another law to fix what's broken, but often what's broken isn't something that's lacking in policy, but a lack of shared moral foundation, of courage, of clarity about right and wrong, which brings me to why I stand here today. We've just concluded the month of June. Its name deriving from the Latin juvenis, meaning young people. This month was traditionally associated with marriage. Its Roman namesake, the goddess Juno, was seen as the protector of women and matrimony. How tragically ironic it is that in our day this month is now used to advance an ideology that undermines both. I speak of the LGBTQ plus IA movement, which in its expression challenges the very foundations of identity, of womanhood, and of family. It is, in a bitter irony, both the full flowering of third-wave feminism and a hyper-misogyny, a doctrine so confused and insists that girls sacrifice their beauty and reproductive capability that men may show ladies how to be women. This may seem like an unusual topic for a county commission meeting, I grant that, but perhaps some of you are wondering why I'm even here. And to that I offer one simple question. The law is a teacher. As June recently came to a conclusion, the mayor of Leavenworth unilaterally proclaimed it as a Pride Month, singling out people who deviate from the biological pattern for civic commendation. In this context, that very word, pride, refers to, and I quote, a high or overbearing opinion of one's worth or importance, as described by the Oxford English Reference Dictionary. The mayor attempted to mask her conclusion in the premise with the usual boilerplate language about being accepting to all, those who disagree with her position exempted. In doing so, she demonstrated something critical. It's never a question of whether the state will support an ideology or a morality, but which one it will support. Mayor Pittman was backed in this enthusiastic activism even by our local librarians, some of whom came and spoke before this chamber, who unfortunately seem to likewise feel it is their duty to lead children to question the most basics of their identity and even to try to change that. A city magistrate went rogue. The county magistrates, I argue, must answer. I'm not generally a proponent of special interest months. Let me be very clear about that. Declaring any one group special implies that their worth depends on some kind of governmental recognition, which we know is not true. That way of thinking stands in direct contradiction to the principles enshrined in our Constitution that all are created equal, not because of their identity group, but because they are endowed by the imago Dei, the very image of God. To elevate some based on intersectional identity is to reduce the dignity of all, but to recognize and affirm truth, now that is the proper and noble work of government in its God-given mission. Therefore, I respectfully call upon this honorable commission to honor the enduring value of the traditional family. I propose a proclamation affirming the extraordinary and indispensable institution of our nuclear family to uplift all as a rising tide. The family has always been the bedrock of civilization, the first school of virtue, the first shield against poverty, and the first source of hope. Let us affirm that all are valuable, regardless of their circumstance, but let us also speak the truth, that strong families rooted in moral clarity and mutual commitment offer the surest foundation for a happy, stable, and prosperous society. Let us use the law to teach what is right, as a guide back toward human flourishing, and the kind of future we should want for our descendants. I offer a draft proclamation for consideration and stand ready to assist you in this statement that I'm fully confident these honorable commissioners will share interest in memorializing for the good of the community. And I have these copies here, however you would like me to deliver them to you. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Thanks.